The intro. Welcome to Mailbag, the Blue Room podcast that's even less reliable than post-match. I am joined by Keith Tomlin and Matt Flusk. Lads, been a bit of a mad week. How are you?
Tired.
Yeah.
Tired. It's been a long one.
Yeah, it's not really got the usual buzzing Friday about it, this one, has it?
No, it's been more about survival this week, hasn't it? Just getting through. It's not been about sort of racing towards a happy weekend. It's just been like, let's get rid of the Monday to Friday vibe and just reset and go again.
Feels like it. Do you reckon part of that's because we've got Norwich at home and that's not going to end? I feel like it, does it?
I'm dreading it. It's inevitable, isn't it? It's coming like a freight train, and there is no stopping it. Yeah, HMS Everton are sailing into port, and they are going to ruin your weekend, baby.
Yeah, that's it. So get any enjoyment in before 3 o'clock, I reckon. Yeah. So, but as I said before, we had the technical difficulties and had to start again. This is all last week's stuff, so we can just pretend that QPR never happened. Villa never happened if you want, because we could have recorded that on Friday. The shout to beat Villa go top. With that in mind, Keith, where are you on the raffle graph?
Yeah, I'm back to like wanting him dead, I think. And it's not even his fault. I should be lenient on him, but we're a fickle bunch. So yep, Rafa out. In fact, let's just burn the whole thing to the ground and stop having to deal with it.
I mean, it feels like we should do, shouldn't it? Just pack it all in.
Like how much nicer would your weekend be if you didn't have Everton?
Yeah.
Like,
how long we've been saying that for?
We could do the same things. You could still go to the pub. You could still like sit around with your mates and have a chat. But then you wouldn't have to spend 2 hours in the middle of it being force-fed, abject sort of woe.
Yeah. And we're all at that sort of stage where we've probably got all the mates we'll need. So we can talk about other stuff.
Yeah.
I'm in. Let's do it. Where are you?
I reckon I'm still probably a solid 7. And that's mainly due to the fact that he successfully bombed out James Rodriguez to some backwater part of Qatar. And it is Qatar. There is actually a difference between the Middle Eastern countries.
Oh,
shockingly.
okay.
Yeah.
Right. I never knew that.
Yeah, they're not all the same. Yeah.
All right. Weird, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good to know.
Especially if you're over there, like. You know.
Well, yeah. You know, I mean, saying all countries look the same is a bit bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially when they come from a certain part of the world, like, yeah.
Well, you know, they're all full of sand. Same thing. So where I am a 7. I think I'm probably about there as well.
Yeah, I've slipped back. I think the highest point was like an 8.5. But as Keith says, it's not his fault, really, what's gone on. We all know what the squad's like, and it's up to now. His sort of tactical approach has been all right. Like, I didn't think he really got the QPR game all that wrong. And, I mean, we have to give them the credit. QPR were bloody brilliant. Some of the football they were playing was just ridiculous. That young Willock lad.
I think one thing he did get wrong was the right-hand side of the defence. I think anyone could have told him that before kick-off. To have Holgate and Kenny on the right-hand side was a bit of a...
How much choice has he got, though, really?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I think Keane and Godfrey probably would have been the ones to go with in centre defence. I think dropping Keane... Well, like I said, my dad on the night, it lost a bit. I wouldn't have dropped Keane for this one.
Until Marcel Brands drags himself away from Grabber-Granny at the Grafton and actually signs a right back. We're just stuck with that, aren't we? So.
He just spends his days in having walks looking for D-squared gear, doesn't he? Definitely all he does. But yeah, the thing about Rodriguez as well is quite interesting. He's getting a lot of stick for that because people seem to think it's a personal thing, which it might be too. But you got to look at the fact that he wouldn't have played.
He didn't even know who we were playing.
Yeah, so, you know, he didn't get himself fit. He literally did nothing all summer, did he? He came back and he wasn't match fit. And it's like, well, what's the point? So it's a shame, like, but...
That's it. I mean, between him and he who shall not be named, we were spending 300 grand a week on attacking midfielders that weren't kicking a ball.
Yeah.
So we've like got rid of 66% of that problem now. Yeah, it's for the best, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's so mad the way like 300 grand a week just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Like, just an
mental
insane amount of money.
Absolutely mental.
Yeah. But yeah.
For that money, we could have Alexis Sanchez not playing for us.
Well, we could, couldn't we? Got a couple more Fabian Delson, whatever. Right, we'll go into the hot topics. So bear in mind these are from last week. We're probably already out of date last week. But
God, it's like, have I got news for you on Dave, this, isn't it?
Yeah, so to add a little bit more jeopardy, players who've scored in Everton and Norwich games, so either side. Yeah, right. Who should need passports?
Stephen Naismith. Give that man a clap. Give that man a round of applause. Who should need passports? Do you
know what story this is from? I mean,
is it? I don't know.
Really is it date now?
Is it vaccine passports or?
It is, which doesn't even seem like a news item anymore, does it?
No, they've kiboshed it, haven't they?
Yeah, so that's that one. Yeah.
What a surprise that was, eh?
Yeah.
Imagine.
Were they going to be like the good old-fashioned blue vaccine passports that we were allowed before the rotten EU came along, or were they going to be those horrible maroon ones, do you reckon?
Yeah, maybe they had a surplus of burgundy ones that needed using up.
Yeah, take back our vaccine passports.
Yeah. Yeah, just get by on pure sovereignty alone.
Yeah.
Who do you reckon should need passports then?
Maybe not passports, but maybe like regular checkups should be anyone that believes that Everton sit on a news story, like a positive story, until a point where they get beat and then go, right, quick, let's put this out, and they'll forget about the fact we got put out the cup, and then everyone just goes absolutely haywire on the socials. Just lads, just have a day off. Not everything is a conspiracy. Sometimes it's just how things fall.
Yeah, it's one of those things that started off as a laugh, didn't it? Because it happened a couple of times. It's quite coincidental, and you think, yeah, maybe they were doing that, and it was a bit of a laugh. But now people are saying it seriously, that this is what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, the latest one's at the funding from the city region, isn't it? And sorry, I'm just looking for the cable from your headphones in case they die. And yeah, the meeting was literally this morning where they had the vote on it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that Mad Red Steve Rotherham delayed the vote just long enough so that Everton had something in the pocket.
100%.
Do you remember when they used to say that, like, Kenwright would wait to get ill until Everton were losing, and then they'd wheel him out?
Ooh.
I mean, like, how mental have you got to be? How many nights of the week do you go up on your roof and bark at the moon to believe that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Just staggering.
I'm no Kenwright fan at all, but some of the shouts are just absolutely insane. Mental. And Matt, any advance on that?
Who needs a passport? Well, I know he needs a vaccine passport. Maybe he does need one. That's why we haven't seen him for about 6 months. But Fabian Delph.
Oh, Fabian, what a guy!
Emergency left back right there.
It's like king of the cosmics, isn't he?
It's
nice to see they're finally getting pressure though from the medical advisors.
Yeah,
because these guys, for better or worse, I know people say they shouldn't be, but they are role models, aren't they? So yeah, they're bouncing around, coming out with all this nonsense, sharing dodgy Instagram memes.
Is it when footballers come out and say that they're not role models? Like it or not, they are.
Yeah,
they might not want to be.
That's why they paid massive money.
Yeah, it's ridiculous to say that they're not. And also the fact that, like, it's a respiratory disease, and as a professional athlete, the last thing you want is a disease, because that could just really knacker your career up, but not in a really blindingly obvious way, like your leg being broken, never recovering. Just in the fact that you just can't do what you need to anymore, and it's just a slow decline, isn't it?
Especially, like, you'd think the Reds would be trying to avoid it as well with all their breathing problems that they've got already.
Well, that's it, isn't it? You know, it's got to be worse for them.
Yeah, you've seen it in the NFL. Like, there's been a few of them who've come back after like 10 days off with COVID, and then they're running to the sideline and getting, inhalers and stuff like that. And they'll say, "Oh yeah, I feel fine, and then after about 10 minutes of running around, they're like, "Bloody hell."
Yeah, that's not good. I've had that horrible non-COVID chest infection cough thing, and I was in a hotel last week and I walked up 6 flights of stairs, and when I got to the room, I honestly felt I was going to die. I was wheezing and coughing like a 60-a-day smoker. It was horrible. What actual COVID must have been like.
Did you just have a negative test hanging around your neck and like a necklace?
Pretty much, yeah. I've been going on the tube and everything, just stifling every cough I've got, just exploding as soon as I get off the stage.
We need to normalise coughing and sneezing again in public, because, like,
hard no.
Honestly, if you cough, you're looked at like you've some sort of plague zombie and you're going to infect everybody. You're like, lads, it's just a cough, just a cough.
Yeah, my dad's like an habitual throat clearer, so he's sort of just coughing, just not much, but just slightly. That's battered right now.
Yeah, I
bet. Yeah, that's a fair shout. We'll go on. The next one. Let's forget your players. Sorry, I feel like I've not done this for ages, and my head's not the best anyway. So next, Norwich Everton players. What person or animal is definitely an alien?
Ricky Van Wolfswinkel.
Yes, what a goal as well. Yes. We miss it. Was this a header or the missed shot? The deflected shot, wasn't it?
No, his was the header. The deflected shot was Stephen Whittaker.
Oh, okay.
From about 7 miles out.
That's cracking knowledge, that.
That's not knowledge, that's trauma.
Yeah. Do you know what story this is from, Matt?
What was it again?
If you do. What
was the question?
Animal. Could be an alien.
Animal could be an alien.
It was tucked away in the weird news sections the week before. No. So
no, don't know the story. No,
I'll read you the story. Speculation has emerged that penguins may be aliens after scientists found traces of chemical from Venus in their droppings. Experts are struggling to explain how phosphine exists on Earth, 38 million miles away from Venus. Scientists in the UK who believe alien life forms may have already been detected. They studying penguins could help them identify the types of organisms that exist on other worlds. But penguins are aliens, apparently.
Fair enough.
Also used to be called arse feet. In olden times.
Arse feet.
Arse feet, apparently, yeah. All true.
I'd say every animal in Australia could be an alien, really, because it's such a weird, like, marsupials. What the hell is going on with them? It's just absolutely bizarre that they're not found anywhere else. They basically weren't detected by Western civilization until they went and pillaged it like 300 years ago. And they've got like weird pouches on the outside that they grow things in, and the platypus, and the fact that they're so varied as well. You got like platypuses, which are like weird Pokemon things under the water, but then they're in the same sort of broad category as like kangaroos and koalas. So you got some of them that hanging off trees, looking like little bears. Some of them bouncing around, looking like massive boxers. And then some of them swimming around, like... No, I'm not having it.
Aren't they mammals that lay eggs? Platypus? I'm sure they lay eggs as well.
No, they're marsupials, aren't they? They got like the wee pouches.
I don't know. They got the beak, haven't they? They just look dead weird.
Yeah. But yeah, the whole country is just absolutely bizarre.
We're in a platypus wormhole here.
It's a conspiracy theory. The whole thing is just a conspiracy. Like, there were no animals in Australia till 1962. And then they just brought them all from space on Yuri Gagarin's rocket and just dumped them there and just saw if anyone would notice.
I like this. This is good. I'm going to perpetuate this theory as far and wide as I can. I'm going to expand on this. I'm going to say every living thing in Australia might be an alien. because I'm basing this on Ryan Reynolds and his pizza orders. If you've ever had the misfortune of talking about pizza with Ryan Reynolds, not that one, the other one, then yeah, you would question whether he was of this planet as well. I'm sure he said banana at one point.
He does eat some crazy stuff, doesn't he?
He's a mucky creature. Him. He's not right. Like he needs a passport.
I've had apple on pizza.
What's that?
Very thin sliced apple. It was like a white cheese sauce. Things from this one in Waterloo, and it's like a weird white sauce with like truffle oil and thinly sliced apple.
I mean, I'm very much of the opinion, like, you put what you want on your pizza, but I will judge you for it if it's bizarre. Like, if it makes you happy, do what you want, be happy. But yeah, I'm gonna judge you for that, especially if it's banana.
Especially if it's Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan, you are being judged and judged harshly.
You know what? I think he'd quite like it.
I think he thrives off it, doesn't he?
I think he does. He loves it, really. Yeah, that's a good shout with Australia. Everton also seems to want to kill you as well.
Yeah.
Really, really.
Very aggressive country, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Have you seen Wolf Creek?
Yeah.
Terrified me when I watched it, though.
Yeah, it's a bit grim, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Because it's based on a real serial killer as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ivan Milat, I think. Yeah, he used to just like shoot backpackers and stuff. Head case. Anyway, there's a digression there. We'll go on to Ask Us Anything now. First one from Foxy. When's the last time you tried something new that went wrong, Keith?
Oh, I don't know. I have genuinely.
Going for the opposition goal against Shaw Villa was one of them.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not trying something new. It's trying something old. And I've got back into playing 11-side football lately. At the age of 36, I've made a comeback, and so far it's not going well because we've played 5-1-0, drawn 1, lost 4, and we're out the cup as well. We got put out the cup last week 8-0, which was quite painful. But we go again. We're playing again on Sunday, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, no, do you know what? For all the terrible results, I'm actually really enjoying it, and I think it's quite a healthy midlife crisis to have.
Oh, it is.
And it's certainly a lot cheaper than like buying a sports car or something, or like, yeah. So I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, not trying something new, but trying something old.
Yeah, at least that's the thing. At least you're enjoying it, and it's a new team, isn't it? That have just got, so it's not exactly going to click straight.
I'll be cracking next season. We'll get promoted next season. I'm telling you.
And those cup games as well. They're
horrible.
Yeah, you can get anyone, can't you?
Yeah, well, we play in the Wallasey League, which is all quite genteel and sort of like everyone's like nice to each other. And the team we played a Birkenhead League team on Sunday there, and yeah, they gave us the run around. They didn't half give us a chasing.
Were they dead cocky with it as well?
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. And they had all the North Face ninjas along the touchline as well. So it's quite an intimidating atmosphere. It's supposed to be our home ground as well. But yeah, they brought numbers with them just in case it kicked off.
Taking a throw in the middle of a crowd's horrible, isn't it?
Oh, it's grim, isn't it?
It's so bad.
You hear every single comment as well.
Yeah. And
there's no way to tune it out.
You can take it.
Yeah.
Horrible. Yeah. No, sadly, my Sunday League days are behind me, but I did used to love it. For all its faults and all mine. It was ace. Matt?
Try something new that went wrong. I suppose it's not really new, but I did a lot of cycling over the past year. Got myself a decent bike. I started like cycling more and more. Like not just going out and do little laps and stuff, but I had this bright idea to cycle back from Warrington, which would be like 5 times longer than my longest ride up to then. And it went all right. Like, it was a lovely day in the middle of August last year. And I was just getting into Gattaca, and there's this big, massive, steep hill. So I thought, right, I'm just going to absolutely bomb it, get to the top, and then I can have a rest just freewheeling down it. Got about 3/4 of the way up. and I nearly died. Like, it wasn't just that my chest was like beating dead hard. I could actually feel it convulsing. I could feel it like flipping upside down. And I had to stand there for like 20 minutes whilst people walk past me looking at me like, is he going to die? Is he going to die? So that was not a good idea. And I'll never do it again.
Are you cycling at all, or?
Oh, no, just like mad rides like that. Because I work in Warrington, so I went to get my hair cut near where I work, and there's a lad in our office. He lives in Manchester, but he's like a amateur competition cyclist. So he cycles in every day and cycles back every day, 20 miles each way. Yeah. And like, obviously I didn't look at him and think, I could do that, because he's wiry as anything. You know what I mean? He's probably got lungs the size of the car. But I'm not doing that again, no. It's just, I think I'll just get the train, get off at like Hunts Cross or something, and maybe cycle back from there.
Yeah, that seems more reasonable.
Manageable.
Yeah. I always think if I did that, if I ran to work or cycled to work, like any number of miles, I just feel last when you got in. Just dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they got like a new shower room and everything in the basement of the building now. It just looks quite good. Did
you see that story doing the rounds last week? I think it was going to be in the Telegraph. I don't know if it was a piss take or what, but some London type saying what they need to do to encourage people to go on public transport is have Wi-Fi and shower cubicles at bus stops.
Bus stops?
Apparently so, yeah.
Just general along the side of the road bus stops?
Yeah, apparently that's the way to get people back on public transport. Not cheap fares or reliable buses and...
Showering in public.
And Wi-Fi, yeah.
There's no way that can go wrong.
No, not at all. I'm just loving Matt's confused face there. It's exactly what I thought as soon as I saw the story. It's just like...
Yeah, so you stood there having a shower next to a bus stop and you're like, I've got Wi-Fi. I'll go on my phone.
Like,
yeah. In the shower.
I mean, now that's a danger wank, that, isn't it? Anyway, moving on.
Oh,
Mike the Ashes asked, that could be the title of the pod, but it won't be, will it?
No, there's not a chance. That could be a good question, though, for Mailbag. I might send it in when I'm not on. Where's your favourite?
Anyway, in a totally unrelated thing, we'll move on to Mike the Ass's question. Matt, what's the best smell in the world?
Ooh, best smell in the world. Ooh. I don't know, there's the obvious ones, isn't there? Like fresh bread and new cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the smell of Goodison. It's not a pleasant smell.
The Goodison Road smell?
Yeah. Yeah, let's say Goodison Road, yeah. Not in the ground.
Mix of like cigarette smoke and ale and food from the Chinese and yeah.
Yeah. Tell you what's a nice smell, actually. I live behind Mr. Chili's. Actually, I live behind Berry Street as well. So occasionally, if the wind's going the right way, you just get a massive waft of all the kitchens from the Chinese just come right across my front door.
Chinese takeaway is probably like the best food smell, I reckon, because it all just combines very nicely.
Mm. Yeah, it's a belter. Yeah, the whole waft of the city centre's Chinese takeaways, that's got to be a good smell, that.
Just combined, just rolled up into one sensual punch in the face.
What does it feel like, wouldn't it? Keith, what do you reckon?
I tell you what, I quite like the smell of, and this is a weird one because it's not actually the smell of it. The smell of strawberries, because actual strawberries don't have a smell, but then there's an artificial strawberry smell that's really nice. So I don't know how they've assigned it to strawberries when strawberries don't have a smell, but there you go. Yeah. It's a belting smell.
That's true, yeah, that's good. This is where I could go off on my banana tangent, but I'm not going to.
Can you do that last week?
I did, yeah. It's the only bit of trivia I seem to retain in my head. So we'll just bring it out.
It's like, oh God, he's doing his banana thing again.
I'm also getting to an age where I'm forgetting things. So, I'll probably just repeat myself every single week about everything. Creosote and petrol are good ones for me.
I'm not sure about petrol.
No, out the back of a car though. I mean, I'm talking like 4-star petrol. It used to be a great smell, that. Me and my uncle would stand at the back of the other uncle's car and just like,
4-star.
because it wasn't bad for you then, don't think. Nothing was. It was fine.
Health and safety gone mad.
Oh, man, that and political correctness, mental. Yeah, I also used to live in Liso as well, and depending on what way the wind blew there, you could either smell the sea or the Cadbury's factory. I've definitely sold that one before, but it was nice. The smell of the sea, wonderful.
That's an interesting sort of contrast there, isn't it?
Yeah. But it literally was, if it was blowing from sort of one way past the Cadbury's factory, that's all you'd smell. Any other way, you'd smell the sea.
Maybe that's how they came up with salted caramel.
Right? There's got to be something in that, because there's no way that should have happened.
I like it.
No, I like it, yeah, but I mean, why would anyone try that? You know, we shouldn't be putting more salt in things, should we?
That's true.
It is nice, though. Ed was asked, excuse me, if you had to have a Simpsons quote on your gravestone, what quote would you choose? Keith?
Right, mine's is I'll stick with this one forever, and it's I prefer the hands-on touch you only get with hired goons, because I love that episode and I love that line, and the fact that Homer gets confused by hired goons, and that the hired goons are called Crusher and Low Blow. So yeah, that's what I'm going with. I prefer the hands-on touch you only get from hired goons.
That would be quite an epitaph as well, that wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But, I mean, what I really want to do.
Yeah, people look at it and go, "What went on there?"
Yeah.
See, what I'm gonna have when I die on my headstone is like, I don't want anything else. I just want really tiny writing in the middle of a really big stone. So you have to get up nice and close to read it. And when you read it, it says, "You're standing on my balls."
Seems fair, that.
Don't even want my name on there.
It would be funny as well, because people would definitely do like a little dance off your gravestone, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
The feet and do like an embarrassed top feet dance. Oh. Defo. Matt, have you got one?
I should have prepped for this. There's so many in that episode, isn't there, that you could throw in there?
Yeah.
I love that one so much.
The trade union has been described as a lumbering dinosaur. My editor's telling me I'm not allowed to talk to you anymore.
That's the one I was thinking of, but it's not very like complimentary direct, is it? But yeah, organised labour has been described as a lumbering dinosaur.
I'm starting to think he might not have been the tactical genius we thought he was. Just a great episode, and that's the one, isn't it, where you've got your new notebook from?
Yeah. Got these on the desk at work.
Tremendous.
Oh, lovely stuff. That's got a notebook there saying international. What is it? International
Brotherhood of Jazz Dancers, Pastry Chefs, and Nuclear Technicians. Which
you're all three.
Basically, my life. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. No, I think I might have to rob the one that Ed put on our group chat saying, "Just once, I wish someone would call me sir," without following it up with, "You're making a scene."
Yeah, that's about it. I was like, kids, you tried your best and failed miserably. The lesson is never try.
Yeah.
That's one for life, that, isn't it? Oh, yeah, Michael Blakey said that one as well. No one's ever called me sir, adding, "You're making a scene." Michael Blakey's asked, how angry could you get over £45 million worth of investments in the city in which you live? Keith?
I mean, there's an answer here that we're going to avoid.
45 million's a bit of an elephant in the room, isn't it?
It is very...
one which Rob Vieira picked up on as well.
Yeah. It's hard work, isn't it, at times? Like, it almost seems like they're going out of the way to try and be offended by things that are going to be nice, because it doesn't benefit them directly. Not like them at all, no. Yeah, it's just... I mean, would we get that upset if the council were giving them money?
They did.
They probably have, yeah.
They got the same deal with the big stand. they spent what it was, £150 million building it, and the council put in like £20 million to do all the stuff around it, all the regeneration nonsense. So it's just what councils do.
And that was after they starved out the residents.
Yeah, that's after they turned Anfield into Amsterdam.
See, we did the decent thing. We moved into somewhere that was derelict already. We didn't derelict it.
100%. Yeah, it's strange. They do seem to try very hard, go out the way, don't they?
Yeah. Do you remember when it first came out, the news that we were getting like a waterfront thingy, and someone come on City on the phone in and saying, well, I mean, there's better uses. We could have a ferry to Llandudno.
Oh, God, yeah.
Who is getting on that ferry?
Why not have both?
What has gone wrong in your life that you're on a ferry to Llandudno?
Yeah. I mean, there used to be a hovercraft, I think, between Morton and Rill, or New and Rill, which I would fully...
I'd be bang up the hovercraft that went from New Brighton over to Bramley Moor.
Let's get a Kickstarter going.
I think that'd be cracking. I reckon we could get one secondhand or like a police auction or something.
No
Buy a
one
hovercraft.
Yeah. He was
the police
massive in the late 70s, early 80s, weren't he? They were like the new thing. And then there must be loads of old ones that are just out of service now.
Does anywhere still actually use them apart from the Isle of Wight?
I was just going to say the Isle of Wight.
The Isle of Wight's the only place, I think, in the world that still has hovercrafts.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to go over on that this summer, but we had the car, so we couldn't.
Ah, disaster.
To go on what? Be great.
Does it not take cars?
Nah, it's just the...
see, this is why they've not come up with a hovercraft that can take cars. As soon as they do that, game over.
Yeah, game over for every other type of boat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon we should look into that, though. Hovercraft service. Where would we go from then, do you reckon?
I reckon New Brighton by the fort.
Oh yeah, that's a shout. Bevy in New Brighton.
Yeah, you could have a bevy on Vicky Road or Marine Street. 2-minute wander down the front, get on the hovercraft straight over, and you're like at the ground.
At the fort as well. That's brilliant. Yeah, he's looking into definitely. Fully on board with that. Matt, would you get a hovercraft over? Just come over to New Brighton to get a hovercraft back.
I was going to say, yeah, I'd have to do a round trip. Yeah, sure, why not? I think water taxis are something that they need to look at. Definitely. Even if it's just up and down the docks as well, when it all starts to get developed in that. Because there's like the system, isn't there, between the docks of little canals and stuff.
Well, the thing, yeah, there is actually, yeah. And the thing is, Seacombe would be a good place to get the ferry from over towards Bramley Moor. Just do a park and ride thing from there, because there's quite a bit of parking there. I reckon you get a lot. Well, that'd take a bit of strain off anyway. I'd definitely do that. Ferry over to the game.
Or the Birkenhead terminal.
Yeah.
When that dies a death because global trade collapses.
Yeah. Could be
because there's no lorry drivers.
Anything that can go wrong is going wrong at the minute, isn't it?
We're on to something here, aren't we?
I think so. We could retire off the back of this, you know.
Yeah. Hovercraft magnate. What do you do? I'm a hovercraft magnate. Imagine being able to tell people that.
Oh my God. On your LinkedIn profile, my word. You get some psychopaths following you then.
Oh, that's what it is. It's catamarans have replaced hovercrafts.
Oh, don't want a catamaran.
That sounds a bit Duran Duran to me.
Yeah. None of that nonsense.
No.
I don't know, like a big blue and silver catamaran powered by like solar panels, electric energy, and all that. Be great. Futuristic shit.
Something off Star Wars.
Yeah.
In fact, you know what? At that point of Tenet that I gave up on the film, where they had the catamarans. Have you seen it?
Nah.
No. You, Matt?
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember it.
I didn't have a clue what was going on. Next thing, they're all on these snazzy catamarans legging it round. I was like, I do not know what's happening here.
It takes a couple of watches. Like, it's a mad film.
Oh,
absolutely mad film.
I said it was like a load of aftershave adverts lashed together, because there's just happens in no sort of sequence.
No, I've got a lot of time for it as a film, but it does require more than one watch because it's one of the most ambitious films I think have ever been made.
Yeah, I might have to go back then. Give it another go. Inception took me 2 goes.
I haven't seen that either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
What?
I haven't seen it.
You're gonna do Michael Owen on us now. Don't be watch films.
I haven't seen The Matrix yet.
Yeah.
This is where we're at.
See, my thing is, I only ever watch films once. But when people start going into, do you remember this bit? Like, not really, because I very rarely retain anything.
Yeah.
That's just generally in life, to be honest. Apart from facts. Have you heard me banana fact, by the way?
No.
Yeah,
No.
listen to the show.
Um,
You could end up like Sean Locke, like repeating people's stories back to them the next day.
Oh, that's so good. Stories high, so good. Right, we're on the last question. And it's a good one from Laura. And I'm sorry Sai's not on this because he really wanted to answer this one. But I think he probably would have taken up the entire show. So Matt, I'll come to you first on this. What secret conspiracy would you like to start?
Ooh.
Apart
I wouldn't
from
so much.
Australia
Well,
being...
yeah, I was going to say I've already done one today. I don't know. Minor conspiracy theories is a bit of a hobby of mine. Things like big oil bribes the government to put little humps in the road to make you burn more petrol as you drive. Just very small things like that.
Like
Well, I
that.
think one, I wouldn't start it. I would perpetuate it because it's already out there. I got told from someone who's like pretty big time, like journalist in Westminster politics and that. Some of the Tory MPs started a rumor on the WhatsApp groups that Dominic Raab is a Scientologist, and it really caught on because it was so believable.
Well, yeah, I've got to say, it's not particularly far-fetched, that, is it?
Yeah. I think I just spread that one a bit more.
He's a terrifying... I'm convinced that man does not blink.
He's a cyborg.
He's just like the most intense face in the world at all times.
Absolutely horrific creature.
Yeah.
There's a rabbit hole we could go down, isn't it?
That's my favourite ones.
Yeah, I like that. I do love a good conspiracy theory. Like, I don't know how good I'd be at starting them, but I do like perpetuating them. I've done this on Mailbag in the past, conspiracy theories. And my favourite will always be, it's the reboot of Paul McCartney being dead. But this time it's Avril Lavigne.
This one is
Avril Lavigne died and was replaced by a girl called Melissa. Now, if you go on her social media accounts, right, anytime she posts anything, literally there'll be thousands of people in the comments replying, "Okay, Melissa." It's great. It's just such a wonderful theory because it's based in nothing, like the Paul McCartney one was, but this time they haven't even bothered saying, "Oh, if you play like Sk8er Boi backwards, then it says I am dead." It's just they just decided she died and was replaced by Melissa, and it's great. I love it.
It's also, I mean, as tragic as it would be, it's hardly the earth-shattering news that Paul McCartney would have been.
No, can you imagine though? Can you imagine her family or like friends from school and stuff after the conspiracy theory came out? And she's like, I can't believe people are saying this about me. And they're all sort of looking at her like, your hair's different.
Did you get a nose job?
Got new makeup?
Were your ears always that small? Just like proper questioning her existence. I'm into it. I'm into mad stuff like that.
So is their Twitter feed now basically Paul Joyce's whenever he mentions an Everton story?
Yeah, pretty much. This isn't such and such news, Avril.
I'm going to start calling Paul Joyce Melissa.
Love it.
Just
getting Paul Joyce's replies anytime he posts. Okay, Melissa.
We should do that. See how long it takes to get blocked.
Oh, he's a goblin, isn't he?
He is. Can you do the thing, Matt? Can you do the thing?
Do the thing.
Say the line. Say the line, Matt.
Oh, God, it was Carlo. They said Rafa, then didn't it? It was Carlo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So Rafa, why did you mention Virgil van Dijk? Can you tell us your motivations for that?
Hey!
You just don't expect that voice, do you?
Did not see that coming. That is an absolute ring of an impersonation.
He lives under a bridge, Jim.
Oh, 100%.
He's something out of a fairy tale, living under a bridge.
Yeah, he's the Nightman.
Back on conspiracy theories, one of my favourite ones is like a conspiracy theory within a conspiracy theory. And it's that all of these fellas who were like going on about UFOs and stuff in the 80s, they were fed information, apparently this is, by the CIA to try and stoke up their conspiracy theories. And like the CIA with fake data breaches and stuff and give them information about UFOs because what they'd actually seen was like stealth bombers. So to discredit them, the CIA was feeding them misinformation so that they got more famous. And then people were like, no, these guys are crazy. That's like a double level conspiracy theory. That
is a belt of that one.
And probably true.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, yeah.
Yeah, because they got to find stealth bombers somewhere. People are going to. Yeah.
Why not? Do you
Just wait
remember
for the
that
stealth
mad time when like everyone was on the internet was planning to get together and invade Area 51?
Oh my God, yeah.
They had we'll be everyone at this point in the desert at this time and we'll all invade. They can't keep us all out.
Mad.
The internet has some glaring flaws, obviously.
Yeah.
But when it does stuff like that, it is a force for good.
Not as funny as it used to be, though, is it? The internet.
Parts of it are. Depends how seriously you take it, innit?
I think everyone's just got a bit mad now.
Everyone's just a bit aggy. I think the last couple of years have just hyped up the tension in everyone in the world.
And it feels like it's going to get worse.
Yeah. I've stopped caring, mate. I've gone proper, just like laissez-faire about life. I'm just riding along on the crest of a wave at the moment. It's great. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it might happen at some other point.
My next concern is that Christmas is going to get ruined. So last Christmas, I went all Dickensian and wanted to get a goose from the butchers. I thought that'd be nice. Didn't have any. Couldn't get any geese anywhere.
Oh, mate.
So I've got no chance this year, have I?
Do you want another sad Christmas story?
Go ahead.
It's genuinely the first time in my 36 years on the planet that I'm going to be spending Christmas on my own.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, 100%. It's the first time that I'm going to be on my own for Christmas. So I'm waiting till like mid-December and I'm booking a holiday to like Cape Verde or the Maldives or something, and just going away for a week and drinking rum in the sun.
Oh, that sounds a winner.
That's my Christmas plan this year.
I think we might be doing dinner with the kids. So there's an extra table if you want a plate. Not an extra table. Extra seat if you want to.
Extra table. Put it in the garden, mate.
Stick it in the garden.
That's how my life has engineered itself. Well, I say that. I mean, there's still 3 months. So God knows what's going to happen. Might be dead by then.
Could all be.
the great fuel riots of 2021.
It is all going a bit purge, isn't it?
Yeah. How's your bath full of diesel anyway, Matt?
It's looking good. No, I haven't even got a bath. I haven't even got a car. I feel like hoarding fuel just to piss people off, to be honest.
Yeah, just go down.
Maybe go like Always Sunny and sell it on Bold Street.
Sell it like little bags.
Yeah.
Fuel there, lad. Get on me.
10 in a bag.
I think Darren had it right in the group earlier, didn't he? While everyone's out fighting for fuel, I'm going to go out and stock up on bog roll.
That's the one. That'll learn them, won't it? Oh, right. We'll call it a day on that existential crisis then.
Happy days.
Cheers, lads. Nice start to the weekend. It's all going to be downhill from here.
Should
we have some match predictions before we go?
Yeah. I am going to go with Do you know what? No, fuck, I'm going to go positive. Everton are going to win 3-0.
Oh, come on. Goal for Rondon, do you reckon?
I don't know. He'd have to break out into like quicker than that little sort of donkey trot thing that he does. But genuinely, the fastest he moved on Tuesday night was when he got subbed off and he jogged to the sideline.
It genuinely was.
I reckon Damari Gray will score twice and big Yerry Mina from a corner.
Oh, that'd be lovely, wouldn't it? 85th minute just to seal it.
Yeah.
45 plus 2.
And it was his birthday this week as well, wasn't it, Yerry Mina?
What's that?
It was his birthday this week as well, Yerry Mina, so he deserves a goal.
He always deserves
What a lovely chap he is.
Didn't someone put the Betwaygo image in the group?
That is so good, that.
There's the picture. There's the picture for the podcast.
It's so good. It's just so bizarre. So they gave up. And they got like the fifth costume. What was it? It was like a salsa dancer, a guy with a trumpet.
There's a footballer, but it's a goalie.
Yeah, and then the last one's jazz man, disco man, suave man.
Baker.
Yeah, he's like a chef, and then
taxi driver.
Amazing.
It's like the most bizarre village people ever.
I will pay to see them. Matt, what do you reckon tomorrow then?
Oh, 1-0 Norwich, Pucky.
Yeah, I think I'm on that side, to be honest.
Like I'm relentlessly positive as a rule when it comes to most things, and indeed Everton, but it's the most obvious thing ever that they're going to get their first points of the season against us.
15 defeats in a row, isn't it, for them?
Yeah.
It's like a QPR. As soon as Mike Greenall said in the group that Charlie Austin plays for QPR, that was it. Bet was on. First goal scorer.
Like last week, Benitez has never lost at Villa. Wow.
It's so unbelievably predictable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Records exist to be broken.
I know we said a bit earlier about the Everton conspiracy theory about releasing bad news and stuff, but one thing that will always hold true is the ha-ha time for Everton meme, because we are just faultless at it.
I wish I'd saved the tweet. I saw someone have a go at that yesterday on Twitter, right? But he said the wrong thing. It wasn't ha-ha time for Everton. He said something dead stupid, like similar, but just wrong enough to be just dead funny. I'll try and dig it out. But it is. It's not even like we're not even making it up. You could just roll.
It's unerring. It's just every single time. What can Everton do?
Yeah,
and they do it. They do it without fail, and you've got to applaud that level of commitment to the meme.
Whether they mean it or not, it's admirable.
Yeah, I'm into it. I salute it. Go ahead.
I agree with Matt though. I think it's going to be one of those games where they go 1-0 up after 20 minutes, and we're like, it's all right. We'll get back into it. Half time comes, changes. 60 minutes, we start to get a bit aggro. 80 minutes, it's like the realization that we're getting nothing from this.
Everyone's shouting for Umani Ash to come on.
Yeah, those vibes, yeah.
Now, if Norwich win tomorrow, I guarantee now it'll be 1-0 and they'll score in the 45th minute, just on the stroke of half time.
That'd be grim, that, wouldn't it?
Because it's just so very, very Everton.
It's terrible.
It's terrible, but it's Everton.
We'll leave it there. Cheers, Matt. Thanks to everyone who sent questions in. We'll catch you next time on Mailbag.